existed next to a world of unimaginable horror. Though rarely encountered, the line between these worlds was not impermeable. If a human was too close to the edge, there was a chance they would pass to the other side.
Indeed. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this. I haven't got a clue how you pronounce this. What has gone wrong in OBS? She's having a tizzy fit. Okay. This is a new one. I wasn't expecting this. So you can choose to have it running in 60 FPS, but by default it only wants to run it in 20. And you can have the resolutions up to 1080p, but by default it only wants it in this really fiddly resolution, which I've never even seen before as a combination. But alright. Yes, I'm done here. Okay, so welcome to Concluse, or however the sun is supposed to pronounce that. I've never seen that word before, and I've got no idea what it means.
3 years ago, my wife, Carolyn, disappeared without a trace. I followed every lead, but they all led to dead ends. After searching for years and coming up empty-handed, I gave up and thought I had moved on. Unfortunately, that couldn't have been further from the truth. Caroline, could you really be here, living in a place like this?
Right. After 3 years of searching for your missing wife, Caroline, you receive an anonymous tip. The caller said your wife is alive and well, living in a town in New England called Hell. You thought it was a joke at first, but after some research you find the town really does exist. Now as you're about to arrive, you wonder if this could really be true. Could Caroline really be here? Joy, yes, that thing which you're always going to find in Hell. Okay. So we seem to have a relatively standard setup. That makes sense. I don't know why I needed to mark this, given that I presumably recognise my own wife. I hear something, but I can't make anything out. So, people were reviewing this game very highly, and it self-described itself as having outstanding cutscenes. And I thought that is just begging to either be criticised or agreed with, so I thought we would have to have a look at this. Alright, where's for move, mouse to look, E for use and open, shift for run, space for jump. I didn't get time to read half of those things, but never mind. We'll not get back into our debate about how to teach people the controls. Can I read this? Or is this just a piece of tissue paper that's been left by some person? An old magazine written in a foreign language. I think it's just far too smudged to be read, frankly. What is that? That looks important. Perhaps I should investigate. Can I... Oh. Okay, I can just throw myself through doors by pressing E. Hi. There is an elderly woman sleeping in the subway car. You try to get her attention, but she does not react. Maybe it is best to leave her alone. No, I'm not going to leave her alone. I want to know what you're doing under that blanket. Is it a Yankit blanket? I sincerely hope not, madam. A crowbar? Or part of like a murderer's toolkit. A plain red crowbar. You could use this to open one of the subway doors. Picked up a red crowbar. Okay, this door won't move. Well, it's not really a door then, is it? It's more just an extension of the wall. But never mind, we shan't get into semantics. This door won't move either, and there's nowhere to wedge the crowbar. Okay, I'm gonna guess it's going to be the door closer to that little, that thing there. This door is partially open but won't budge. You wedge the crowbar between the doors and push as hard as you can. Excellent. Now what under the sun is this thing? I've no idea, and actually probably I should try interacting with it, shouldn't I? Oh, this is how you save. What under the sun is this? Okay, well, I don't think we need to save. We've barely done anything yet. What does this say? I have no idea. I also have to ask the question of why newspapers are being written in a foreign language in New England. I have to confess I've never been there, but I'm pretty sure they speak English there. That's bizarre. I thought there were like loads of cockroaches scurrying across it when I first moved by it, but everything seems to be fine. This is a bit dark, isn't it? Not like physically dark, I mean like, you know, the other definition of dark, which I can't think of a word to describe. You get to sit on a nice bench in a train station. That's nice, better than the train station you get round here. But then you have this sort of wire fence in front of you, just to make you feel that much more like a prisoner on a horrible journey. Hooray. Shift isn't running. Isn't making me run, rather. But, alright. I suppose we'll trot on a bit further and see if we can find whoever sent me that anonymous tip. Up, you have to go up to reach uptown. That must mean we're in very uptown at the moment. Very upper uptown. Oh goodness, this seems complicated. The turnstile has been chained and locked. Not that it really matters, because you could just sort of climb through there. But never mind, whatever makes you happy. I presume then that I'm looking for some form of keys in order to help me get out of here. Complex train line system you've got running down here. Goodness, this could challenge the London Underground in its levels of complexity. Good thing you've got a map here to explain it all. Should we go to the downtown train station? Perhaps we will find a key down here. Okay, there's my train that I came in on. And I can't go over here. I don't know if there's any keys there. Oh, no. I was going to say the reason I can't go there is because there's a wire fence, but there's only a small bit of wire fence, just to make it that much more confusing. Okay. Aha, this looks important. It is shiny. Aha, a key. Amongst the discarded trash, you find a key, an employee key. Marvellous. That should open the turnstile, and then we can go and discover the rest of the place. Hi, madam. Are you a lollipop lady? How are you not seeing this fella? Yes, right there, the lollipop lady. No, I think she's holding a balloon, actually. And a big wizard hat. A bizarre get-up, but hey-ho, I don't know the fashion trends of New England, so... for all I know, that is what all of the hip kids are wearing around those parts. To be honest, I'm not even entirely convinced I know where New England is. I think it's in the northeast corner of the United States, but I could be mistaken. Okay, right. The turnstile has been chained and locked. Yeah, but can I use my key? Can I use my key? No, no. Apparently I cannot. Okay, can I use my employee key on something else? Like to get one of these running or something? Oh, okay. I didn't even need that. And then again, I was the one complaining that you couldn't climb through these, and these are literally the easiest things in the history of the universe to climb over. The only reason you can't climb over them is because they have big, gruff, burly men standing next to them, which punch you if you try to climb over them. I don't speak from experience, honest. Maybe the key goes in here, despite the fact there isn't a key hole. Never mind, we use the employee key. What have we got here? Some sort of bottles. Guessing this is some sort of like cleaning equipment or something. What does this say? I've done all I can to keep anyone from entering this area. It's not like I've seen a soul anywhere. Beware if you're someone reading this that has plans to enter Cordova. Stop! Something bad is happening there. Take my advice, get back on the subway and leave. I have to warn you about something else. Well then get on with it. Stop with the preposition. If you have seen a woman with long black hair in a subway station, don't talk to her. If you must go to Cordova, the keys are in my locker, but make sure you lock everything up behind you. This place is dangerous and it will rot your mind. John says no to 1 of 1. Okay, so the key's in here. You open the locker. Indeed. There are some corrosive chemicals and rags inside, and not much else, except for these keys. Good. Okay. Right. So, was the woman with the long black hair the woman with the yanket that I should have been, you know, not talking to? Or was that the woman with the balloon that I saw? Because I get the distinct impression that both of them were very likely to murder me. But alright. Let's see if this helps. Use the janitor's keys and the chains. Fall to the ground. Should I lock these up on the way back out or not? You know what? I can't be bothered. I just kind of cannot be bothered. What am I looking for? Poster of a missing girl. Someone has drawn black X's over her eyes with a permanent marker. Do you see a picture of a girl here? Because all I see is like a picture of a mushroom cloud in front of a big field. But maybe I'm crazy. Can I ring somebody? Get a bit of help? Bit of backup? Oh well. Perhaps not. Perhaps this is one danger I must face alone. So what was all of that they were nattering on about? About some dimension of unbelievable horror? The frame is bent. Some dimension of horror next to our own? What was all that about? Could I set up a YouTube channel there, please? Because that sounds like it would be amazingly more successful. You see a pair of pliers on the ground and a strange black substance. I have now the pliers. Marvellous. Good, I'm glad that was merely a stone. I thought it was something much, much worse, like a dismembered piece of somebody's... Well, let's not go there. You're staring at a small dock by staring at the floor, because you're more interested in that, which I presume is a key rather than a dock, but never mind, I think there's a boat over there. Watching the water chum quietly. I don't think that's a word. What do we have here? A lit cigarette. Somebody was here recently. The smell is somehow familiar. Did my wife smoke? Did Caroline smoke, or whatever her name was? Can I have a look through here? You need a quarter to use the binoculars. I need a quarter for everything, don't I? Is this a quarter? Excellent. I picked up a quarter. Marvellous, marvellous, marvellous. Can I get in the boat? Can I get in the boat? A boat! If you had some oars, you could take it somewhere. I think the place I could take it, frankly, is nowhere, because that seems to be the place that we're in the middle of. Right. I suppose I'll save again for no particular good reason. I'll have a save here, please. Yes. Ah, Michael, is that my name? So what is this, then? What is that all about? That's bizarre. I'm guessing that's alluding to something or someone. But now, should I use the binoculars, or should I use the telephone? Well, I don't really think I'm going to see anything through the binoculars, because it seems to just be an infinite void of darkness. Which isn't really something I want to put my Jeepers Creepers into. So I'm going to ring the phone instead. Get some help. I need a quarter to use the phone. Home, Mom, or Caroline? How can I ring... If I could ring my wife, can I just ask her where she's from? Okay. Hello? Darling? I may have forgotten to turn the gas off. I feel like the house is going to blow up in 5 minutes or so. Get off, you stupid fly! No. She's not there. Great, that was a waste of my time, wasn't it? More importantly, a waste of my quarter. Oh well. What do we hear? Another key. A small key on the ground. Small key. Okay. Ugh, more of this black viscous substance. Nothing but a beheaded rat. Get yarns. It's not very pleasant, is it? Can the key go here? Laughter can be heard behind the door. You try to open it, but it is being held shut. Well, that's not very pleasant. That's not very neighbourly, is it? I need a bit of help. I need a quarter for the phone, so that I can ring somebody else who won't answer. I'm not convinced this required a cutscene, because it's not very spooky. It's just a few trees. And I live in the countryside, so trust me when I say I know what a tree looks like. Bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. I don't quite get the point of that cutscene, but never mind. Anything in here? Several dirty syringes! Lovely. I'm so glad to see we're in such a pleasant neighbourhood. Oh, did somebody jump off a building? From the man's wounds, it appears he was dead before he hit the ground. Well, that's pleasant. Dead man is wearing a hospital security card, but this could identify him as literally anybody under the sun from about 1950, judging off that haircut and shirt and tie combination. Good for him. Hospital. Ah, convenient. Less convenient is, you know, his whole death and all that, but, such is life. You lind yourself. I think you mean find yourself. It's fine to have the game in low graphics, but please keep the subtitles, which explain everything going on in a slightly higher graphical fidelity. But never mind. You find yourself in a claustrophobic cobble street. A hospital looms in the distance, like the Sierra Madre, but presumably slightly less murderous. Can I go in here? This door is locked. You need to find a key. Okay, but not the small key I had before. Several medical armbands, all with women's names. Bit mysterious. Anything in here? A black wig and, oh, giddy aunt, bloodstained pair of underwear. Ugh, I don't want to know. Could be utterly natural or it could be utterly unnatural. We found the use for the small key. What do we have here? A scalpel? Oh no, another key. For alley key. Okay. Oh, and another quarter. Excellent. I can ring somebody else now. After I perform all of this larceny, if I could ever pick the accursed things up. What have we got here? Death at 2:30. Should I write that down? Should I write that down? Maybe it was a dentist that died, because that's not the oldest joke in the book that people constantly tell and is extremely unfunny or anything, is it? Okay. So, I don't know whether that alley key is going to be for that cobblestone street or whether it's possibly going to be for here, but let me just check. No. Oh, no, that wasn't even locked, was it? That wanted a, that was being killed shut. Let me ring my mother. Mother, mother, dearest mother, help me. Everything's gone a bit funny. And the phone isn't working anymore. Brilliant. Someone tore a phone book in half and threw it in the trash. Good for them. Those are extremely hard to tear. Okay, never mind. I guess I'm not going to be able to use that quarter for that. But maybe I could use it to look through the binoculars if this bit of fluff would go away. Maybe there's something I can see down here. I need a quarter. Yes, please. What can I see in this new cutscene? I can see something in the distance. Well, that was worth 25 cents. That was worth each and every one of those 25 cents I paid for that. Idiot. Does this use the alley key? Lock tightly, need a key. What? And not the alley key? Then where does the alley key go then? Does it go here? Need a key, used alley key. Here we are. Do I need to change this clock to 2:30? A clock. Press up and down to switch hands, and left and right to turn hands. Okay. So giddy, aren't? This is not as simple as I thought it was going to be. Right. There we are. 2:30. Aha! A small compartment in the cuckoo clock pops open, revealing a scary-looking key. It's a bit spooky looking, isn't it? It's all sort of skeletal. Nice and cool, though. Death key. Excellent. What does this say? A note on the wall is unintelligible. Well, quite. I'm glad you have so much to say about that, my friend. Okay, right. Everything's going to be fine. Despite the fact that we're in this alleyway of death. Use the death key. Oh, what a lovely name. Oh my giddy aunt. What could possibly go wrong in an alleyway which is opened by the death key? Oh, a dead pussycat sprawled on the ground. Oh, I don't even want to look at that. That's just utterly horrific and disgusting. And yes, I know that in like 300 videos I've dismissed people's deaths, and that's absolutely fine. But then one dead cat, and that's the worst thing in the world. It is the worst thing in the world, and that is the end of the matter. Cats are much nicer than humans because they're all fluffy and fuzzy. So, I wasn't paying any attention to that cutscene. I was far too busy complaining about the morality of caring more about cats than human beings. But never mind, this is certainly one heck of a loading screen. Right, let's stop looking at that because that is utterly horrific and I never want to see it ever again. What have we got in this bin? Several torn hospital gowns. It must be quite small if it fits in there. Okay. I know we're supposed to be going to the hospital, but I'm more interested in this door. Okay. Let us go into the hospital. I'm sure everything will be fixed. We can use the hospital security card to get inside. Excellent. Any of these papers? Do I need a quarter to ring this? Yes, I do. Okay. So I'm not convinced using the telescope was a good idea, but hey-ho. Too late now. As you step inside the darkened hospital, a chill hits your skin. Probably is a bit cold in here, isn't it? A bit chilly, as it were. Oh, goody, another quarter. I'll have that, yes. I won't fit back here. Goodness, they must hire very thin receptionists. Okay, let's have this. Hospital key A. Assortment medical papers, nothing of any use. Can I read the computer? An ancient-looking computer sits on a reception desk. You try to power it on, but nothing happens. That's probably due to the fact that it's ancient. Okay, can I ring different people or the same people as before? No. If I keep ringing my wife the entire game through, ring her at every payphone, will that work? I don't know. I'm gonna ring my mother, see if that helps. Hello.
It's me. Who? Michael. Mom, don't you remember my voice?
I'm sorry, dear. The phone is just low. I'm surprised you called. I haven't heard from you in a while.
I know. I'm sorry about that. Just been busy.
That's okay. What have you been up to? Anything new?
Not much. I'm in New England right now.
Anywhere I might know?
A town called Cordova. It's supposed to be a great vacation town.
Never heard of it. Make sure you take some pictures for me.
I have to get going, but I'll call you tomorrow.
Promise?
Yup, I'll talk to you later. Love you.
Love you too, dear. Good night.
Well, that was charming. My mother sounds about as enthused at my existence as I am enthused at the concept of pasta, and I, despite the fact that I've been married for at least 3 years, seem to sound like about a 14-year-old. Okay, that's fine, whatever. I'm gonna guess... Yeah, I'm gonna guess that if it's key A, it's gonna go to some room which is marked with the letter A, not the letter B. What am I looking at? A photo of several figures carrying a small child, and they have strange expressions on their faces. They have strange faces, full stop, my friend. Okay, so these are the 3 B rooms. Let's not... Yeah, there we are. Hospital. Excellent. Good deal. So that does confirm then that my name is Michael. So who is this other chap in the sewers? These are some B rooms. B's 4 through 7. 5 and 8. 9 and 6. Oh, these are C, though. Some of them are B, some of them are C. So there's no A rooms. Let's see what we've got in here. A sheet of metal bolted to fencing, preventing you from moving forward. Could I use the pliers? If you had a pair of pliers, you could pry off the bolt. Oh, well. Just an excellent example of my brilliance, but I happen to have that. Use the pliers and cut it off, and it comes off immediately. Brilliant! Yes. Yes. Oh, I see. I've moved it and put it somewhere else, have I? Oh no, there's 3 of them? Bizarre. Roof A. As opposed to all those other roofs that buildings have. Where I come from, they only have 1, but maybe I'm old-fashioned. Maybe we haven't gotten with the times of the architecture. Hospital key A works brilliantly. Excellent. It's very, very dark. I apologise for how little you can probably see. A photo showing several dark figures in the distance. Really, it looks like a funny old tree to me, but that is the difficulty with these low-resolution things. It becomes inordinately difficult to see what's going on. Okay, what's this shiny red thing? Is that a man sitting on train tracks? A train barrels towards the viewer. The sky is filled with fog. That's depressing. Let's move on from this and press this big red button. What could possibly go wrong? The elevator button does not work. Well, it seems that that's what could go wrong. Oh, fiddlesticks. Let's head back down this corridor as best we can in the inordinate levels of darkness. See what we've got here. Okay. Whoa, the air is stale. Something rotten is nearby. These trees, perhaps? What? Oh, hello. Hello, are you people or are you other trees? It's extremely difficult to tell. This area is under construction. Sorry for the inconvenience. That's alright. I'll get by, I suppose. Oh, another elevator. Can I use this one instead? Can I get through here? Yeah, there we are. Take the lift. Yes, please. Oh, they were trees. They weren't little girls in dresses. I stand corrected. You'd think I'd be used to being wrong about things by now, given the fact how much it's happened over the past 20 years. Right. Several rusted lockers, all empty. Anything here? No, all these are empty as well. Okay. What do we have here? Mysterious looking chair. Chairs, the most mysterious of all things in life. Okay, let's head through here. On this scaffolding, which seems extremely precarious, and I feel as if I'm about to fall down and break my neck in a minute. Ah, like this person did. This very large person. Okay, I could go over there and get that ladder, but that looks like another key, and I can't afford to leave that behind. So let me sincerely hope that the wind doesn't blow my big bulbous bod off of here. Oh, it wasn't a large person. It was many normal-sized people. Several decomposing bodies. The smell is terrible. Well, that answers the question about where that mysterious rotten aroma was coming from. Right, let's have this, please. I said, let's have this, please. Let's not have this, because the interact button has suddenly decided it doesn't want to work on these anymore. That's better. Roof ladder key. Ah, ladders. Those things that have always required keys. Honestly. Kitty aunt. Right, looks like there's a gap here. I better jump this so I don't fall down and break my neck like everybody else. And now let's use this key on this ladder. Because that makes sense, doesn't it? Right, okay. What's with the Fallout 4 style raider encampments on the roof? Is there any gaps in the fence I could go through here? So I've got a manhole cover of some form. Or possibly just a ventilation shaft, I'm not sure. There's no TV. Oh, round the front, of course. That would make far more sense, wouldn't it? Right, let's have this piece of paper and see what it says. Again, pressing E on things just doesn't seem to work half the time. They keep coming back. The only way to stop them is to burn the bodies. Just don't inhale the fumes. I see. Okay, so it's like a zombie. There are zombies go around, and they're trying to kill you, and you can kill them by burning them, but you mustn't breathe in their stink. I wouldn't really advise you breathe in anyone's stink, to be honest with you, but never mind. Someone has set up a television in the VCR here. An old VHS tape, blah 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 blah. Picked up the tape. Yeah, can I play it though? The VHS is empty. Put it in. Yes, 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 yes. Look at that, the first VHS tape in the history of mankind that has been watched with a fully functional SCART lead attached. What is it with bad guys and having their heads in some kind of incredibly weird juddery swivel? It seems to be quite the trend concurrently. Curious. Okay. Can we do anything with this fuse box before I have a slight, a moment, shall we say? What about, is this a door? The door won't open, however. That is, as we in the trade call, a darn shame. Okay. So what this game seems to be doing is it's presenting itself in a relatively odd and bizarre and disturbing manner. But it's doing it very much through visuals rather than suddenly presenting something extremely cute. It's Circle Bro, everyone's favourite video game hero, who's made up of an apple. Good for him. Yeah, it's trying to do its spookiness in a sort of a very visual way rather than explaining anything, which is good because I often do complain about games that try to bog themselves down with a written story which sort of gets in the way of the gameplay, and at the end of the day gameplay is supposed to be one of the very important things in a game, but obviously in horror games that tends to be a little bit more focused on the story and the visuals and the sound design and all the rest of that rubbish. My only point is that if you're going to do it entirely through visuals, you need to work an awful lot harder to make it actually seem spooky. Especially to someone who's played quite a few more games than otherwise. That's depressing. Right. Enough about game design, let's get on with the game itself. This is locked, you need a key, but it goes with the roof key. Okay. I see, so it's not that it gets the ladder working, it's that it gives you access to the ladder. Okay, that seems reasonable. I think it said there were 3 tapes. Yeah, this is tape 3 of 3, so I've missed tape 2 somewhere. Do these steps lead me to the place where that bloke fell off? I ain't falling off there. No, I might come back and do that a bit later, depending on how difficult some of these puzzles get, but absolutely under no circumstances whatsoever am I going to do that now. Okay, before we head over there, let's go back up and have a watch of this tape and see if it gives us any additional clues. There are sure to be other tapes. Yes, you can tell that by the way that it had 1 of 3 written on it. Okay, maybe I need to play the second one first. Maybe it doesn't want me watching them in the wrong order. I will kill you, Mr. Fly. I don't care how long it takes. Eventually you will die at my hand. Okay, here's the second tape. Okay, yes, excellent. VHS tape number 2. Okay. So I can only assume that those bodies they were talking about that required being burned were the pile of bodies back over that way. Because they certainly did seem to be either covered in an awful lot of blood. Go away, you stupid fly. Covered in an awful lot of blood, or they had been burned. So I presume that's what they were talking about. So it seems like there's quite a lot of zombies around this place. Excellent. I wouldn't want there to be a shortage of zombie supply. Put, yes, here we are, putting VHS tape number 2. So what have we got here? Is there somebody at the door? Is that my pizza delivery? There has to be somebody at the door, and more seems there was the door at the door, since it seems to have actually been removed from its hinges. Yes, it's alright, I'm coming. Give me a moment. There's nobody here. Who opens the door with their right hand? Or am I just crazy for doing it with my left? I don't know. Oh. A tape. Tape 3 of 3. Is that the tape I'm now going to go and watch? It's alright, mate. I saw it the first time. I mean, I appreciate Amazon trying to reduce their carbon footprint, but not giving any packaging to my tapes that I'm ordering is not exactly what I meant. Okay. Yep, caught on tape, since I've viewed every tape there is. So what was on that tape that he was given? Oh, so tape 3 is footage of somebody watching tape 3. Okay, this is like an inception of VHS is. Isn't that the ladder I went up a minute ago? Yes, it is, because that's me watching the tape right now. Hi. Hello. Smooches. Oh. There's nobody to give smooches to. Now I am sad. Hospital key B. Marvelous. Okay. So it is doing exactly what I thought it to do. It is building the story back up a little bit, making a little bit more of an effort with it than I was expecting. Okay, so I'm guessing that this B key will go to one of the rooms that were marked in the earlier part of the hospital where I entered by. So let me go back to that part of the hospital and see what else I can unlock with this key. Yep, there we are, hospital key B. So does it give me access to all of the B rooms? Why is there so much of this wire in this place? Why would you block off so much of this hospital with wire everywhere? I'm guessing in one of these rooms there's going to be something of importance, but certainly not in this bin. Okay, these are the C rooms, aren't they? No, just that room seems to be a C room. Okay, let's have a look through the rest of these rooms, see if we can find anything. Nought but a chair and a feeding trough. Nothing very interesting there. Yep, let's do number 5, I suppose. Again, nothing here. Very enclosed spaces do sometimes make it very difficult to not sort of get a fix on sort of what your position is, but to sort of get your bearings, as it were, when you enter a new place. The first bit of colour in this entire game. This has got to be important. Yep. Herb number 2. Excellent. Put a few of these together, and then I'll see some stuff that's honestly so crazy this entire world will seem like the most normal thing in the world. I'm sure that is an excellent thing which everyone does on their Cordova holidays. They go wandering around in random hospitals and then pump themselves full of insane drugs. Of course they do. What's this, a floppy disk? An old floppy disk. You haven't seen one in years. I've never actually seen one. Not in real life, anyway. Okay, so I've got the floppy disk, but I'm going to need something to run it on. Let me see what we've got in here. Aha, is this the second herb? Oh, rather the first one, I suppose. Depending on which way round you come to these rooms. What about in here? We've got a piece of paper. We've got some matches. And a rat's head. Okay. Are you expecting me to walk all the way back to that bin where I found that beheaded rat and stick the head back on its body? Because that would be a disgusting thing that a crazy person would do, which is exactly why I'm going to go and do it as soon as I finish reading this. Patient is suffering from hallucinations, claims a demonic rat is terrorizing him. Patient brought the rat's head to the hospital and warned us not to put it back together. You're not doing a very good job at convincing me not to do this, mate. Like, seriously. Right, let's have another save, why not? There's something to be said for a little, you know, spinning, saving icon. Right. I mean, I guess that's as much of an objective as anything else that I've got. Let's go and reconstitute the demon rat. See if I can remember which bin it was in. I think it was a bin next to that door which was being held shut with all the laughter inside. I think it was that one. Was it this one with all the blood next to it? You find nothing inside but a beheaded rat. You put the rat head on the beheaded rat. The rat suddenly comes to life and darts towards a nearby door. Oh. Okay. I'm glad you're making use of this place. The door is now open because all the people in here have a phobia of rats, and the moment it scuttled through under the door, they all ran away, hiding on top of a piano, one presumes. The door handle is broken, as is this one. What do we have here? More pictures of missing persons, I think? Yeah, missing twins, probably. Dang it. Your twin is going to miss you in a minute if you don't go away. I presume flies have twins. We're trapped. There's no escape. Charlie and the others are on the roof. Nothing... No, something got them. Probably... squirmers? I've tried every avenue of escape, but without the Cordova key, the next area is off limits. Charlie said he hid the key, but it's nowhere to be found. I can't do this anymore. Pick up a gas can and an elevator key. Ah, excellent. Okay, so that's what that all was. I thought those two things, stuff with the gas canisters, were another couple of quarters. Never mind. How about I ring someone else? Let's ring home this time. Why not? Don't know who's going to be at home. My children, maybe, from my marriage?
Hello?
Hey, it's me. Just checking in.
You're there already? Thought you just left.
Yeah, about 8 hours ago. It seems like it's abandoned. I'm the only one here.
Weird. Well, let me know how the search goes. I'm ordering something for dinner and spending the night grading my students' papers.
How's Benny?
He seems happy. I just took him out for a long walk.
I'm sure he appreciated it. Thanks again for watching him in the house for the next few days. I can't pass up this lead.
It's no trouble. I owe you after all the times you helped bail my sister out. Good luck.
Thanks. I'll catch you later.
So I'm guessing he's my brother-in-law, probably Caroline's brother? Guessing. And what did he mean bail her out? Like out of prison? That's a thing they have in America, isn't it? Bail? That's not really a system we have in this country. A poster describing a missing brother and sister, and there is a small reward for any information leading to their whereabouts. I would check with the potato people. The underground ways of potato people, because, frankly, judging off these faces, they probably went back to meet their brethren. Anyway, moving swiftly on from my horribly insulting, physical criticisms, let's see if we can get this elevator working, shall we, with our elevator card? Elevator button doesn't work, but we used the key, and now suddenly it does work. Because mechanical faults all pale in comparison to the power of a security key. I am gonna kill you so bad, you stupid fly. Leave the camera alone. The audience do not want your dirty, grubby feet sitting on their face. At least I presume you don't. Maybe you do. I mean, I don't know. I'm not one here to kink shame or anything, but still. Oh, this has brought me back here. Well, this doesn't help massively, because now we've just sort of linked up. Yeah, we've linked up the hospital with the place where I got the rat. But now what am I supposed to do? I suppose I need to find, like... There's got to be something in the C room, right? Do I have, like, an inventory or anything I can look at? Yeah, here we are, inventory. Alley key, crowbar, darkness floppy disk, there's a heck of a name. Death key, employee key. Elevator key, elevator security, 2 herbs, a gas canister. Page 1 of 5. Giddy on, I picked up a lot of stuff. Hospital key, janitor key, matches, pliers, VHSs. Rat head, yes, and then some empty space. Oh, I see, good, that's for stuff I haven't got yet. So, I must need to use the matches and the gas canister for... Maybe I can burn those bodies. I don't know why I'd want to do that. Desecrate the graves of probably over 20 people, but never mind. Let me go and see if I can use the gas canister and the matches to burn those bodies, because that's what they said about making sure those people don't come back. Though, frankly, at the concept of dead people coming back, that sounds like quite a good thing. At least most of the time. Okay, right. Let me go back up and see whether that theory works or not. Used gas can. Used matches. The bodies burn quickly, and an acidic smell fills the air. Yeah, it did say don't breathe those in. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Okay, and there was a key underneath them. Hospital C key. I mean, the other way round. Excellent. So this will let me get into the hospital room that was marked with the letter C. Okay, it's starting to come together a little bit. Let's go back and have a look at that room. Is there like a light over there? Yeah, another one of these black bin bag figures. Bizarre. You're not very pleased, are you? About, you know, what I've been doing with my time. Yeah, I think I'd best get out of here before I fall off. Oh well, never mind. A bit late for that now, isn't it? Splat. And miraculously I survived. I mean, of course I did. Have you seen these ankles of mine? They could withstand an impact of 75,000 newtons. I don't think that's the correct way of measuring force. I didn't do very well in the physics part of my maths, alright? Let's just head back and use the key, because that's something I can wrap my brains around. Just in the last game I was complaining about fall damage, so I suppose I shouldn't be complaining that this game doesn't have any. Righty-ho, what do we have here? A book? A journal? What? The Cordova key appears to be a book, not an actual key. You look inside and find a page with mysterious symbols. Oh, could I maybe use this to translate that intelligible poster I found? Quite. Okay. Let's, yeah. Let's go back and see what I can do with that post, if I can even remember where it was. I think it was in that place where I found the alley key, and there was that clock that I needed to turn to 2:30. Let me get back there and see what I can find. Yeah, here we are. Will he translate it for me or not? Here we are. You put a page from the Cordova key. Oh, it's that kind of key, like a translation key, like symbols to it. Funny, funny, funny. It has a transcription of the formerly unintelligible text. What does it mean? Oh, do I have to actually do this myself? Yes, I think I do, don't I? Okay, so this little plus symbol is a 1. I should probably get a pen and write this down, shouldn't I? Good thing I've got a piece of paper here. So it's like plus plus. So that's like 1, 1. Then it's got like a colon, which isn't any of these symbols. So maybe that means like something set. Maybe it's like a time. Like, you know, like 1, 1, and then like 4, 5. I wish I could point to the symbols I'm looking at, but like, maybe it's like 11:45. Maybe that's it. And then the underneath, where it's like the 2 vertical lines and a horizontal line, that's the word 2. And then it's a picture of a diamond, which is go, to go, to, and then it's 2 horizontal lines and a vertical line, which is hell. Ah, lovely. That's the place I was supposed to be going, wasn't it? The town of hell. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So do I need to change the clock here? The clock hasn't been... Oh, the clock has been reset. Bizarre. Okay, so if I change this to 11:45... There we are. That will do, I suppose. It says press up in order to change which... Oh, I see. So you press down to change the hour hand, and you press up to change the minute hand. You might have mentioned that, but never mind. Was that good? Did that achieve something? Possibly not. I did translate this right, didn't I? Yeah, I think so. Unless it's 35. It's quite difficult to tell the difference between the symbols for the 3 and the 4. It's quite tell the difference between the 2 as well, but it looks smaller to me, so... Let me try 35. Let me see if that works better. Oh! There we are. A small compartment in the cuckoo clock opens, and a large red key has appeared. The key to hell! Charming. Interesting. So where under the sun does that go, then, I wonder? This is nice, actually. I'm working puzzles out on my own. I'm doing it with my brain. I'm not asking for help or nothing. Isn't it wonderful? It does make a nice change, though, you have to admit. So where does the key to hell go? I'm trying to think of any place I've seen like a locked door. I think all the doors here just had broken handles, didn't they? None of these were locked. Yeah, the handle is broken. Give me a minute. This does seem special. Have I been in here before? Yes, I was. I remember I did come in here because I remember calling home on the phone. I think that's where I got the gas canister as well. Yeah, let me have a quick wander around and see if I can find any other locked doors that require a key. Okay, so that'll be enough for the first part of Concluse, or Concluse, or whoever it is you're supposed to pronounce it. I apologise if the intros and outros for this little mini-series seem a little bit disconnected. I played almost the entire game in basically one sitting, and the game ended up being about 2.5 hours long, so there were no intros and outros in order to divide up the various different parts, so I'm having to do them in post like we did in the forest. But anyway, we've found ourselves the key to hell. What joy that is. So we get to have a lovely journey through the lovely tourist destination that is hell in the next part, so look forward to that coming soon enough. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.